My name is Sasha. I came from Iran, beautiful country, and I'm tour guide. I organize tour from Iran to another country and in the Iran. And I'm in line trip now. I'm started from Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, now in Tanzania. I've been in Tanzania for 1 week. I'm been in Mwanza and beautiful lake, Victoria, and I love Africa, especially East Africa, especially Burundi, and I think Africa is safe for travel, and I enjoy it.
How long have you been in Tanzania, Mr. Sasha?
1 week.
1 week.
Yeah.
What brings you to Tanzania?
Want to see all of the countries in the world.
You want to travel all the countries in the world?
All of the countries. And Tanzania is 20 country I see.
The 20th country you've traveled?
Yeah.
So what is the difference between Iran and Tanzania?
There are many differences.
Yeah, the difference according to the nature, the way you see the nature of our country.
We have 4 seasons in my country.
We have 4 seasons?
Yes.
Yes.
There are many snow in the winter.
Winter and snow?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, and the weather is very cold there in the winter. The people in Iran is white like me.
Okay.
Yes. Muzungu.
Okay.
Muzungu.
Do you have trains in Iran?
Yes, of course. We have many trains and many railways from...
What is the longest route of a train in Iran?
Longest is like this way, 1,200 to 200, like this way.
1,200 kilometers?
Yes. Like
same as Dar es Salaam to Kigoma?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been traveling? When did you begin traveling around the countries and around the world? How old were you when you began traveling around the world?
8 years ago.
8 years ago?
Yes, and now I am 37.
Thank you very much for sharing that with us. Do you have a family?
No, just my mother and brother and sister. I don't marry.
You don't marry?
No.
Okay, could you please share with us why you don't marry, or it's not necessary for us to know?
Because I want to see all of the world, and if I go married, it's so difficult for managing this.
But Mr. Aruna is traveling with the wife.
No, I don't have enough money for another person. I think Tanzania can be a better place for life. You have everything for better life. You can
That's
have
the fact.
you can have a better place for living. For example, you can have a better train, faster. We are 36 hours now in train. But if you look developed country like China and Europe, this way like 1,200, maybe 3 hours you can take this way. But time is important in another country. Here, I don't know.
What is the difference between your country's system, how they operate the trains, and in our country? What is the difference? What are the similarity differences that you can see? How do you operate your trains in Iran according to our country? You just told us about the time. What else can you advise us?
Difference is we have a two-way in the
two ways
yes,
of the train
for go and back.
But as we
not
have
like
one,
here, you have one just.
Yes.
It's difficult.
It's difficult.
And we use the many computers to manage this way. I think you don't use the computer here, yes? Or going and back train.
I did not get what you're trying to talk about. Come again?
We use computers to manage the railways.
You use the computers to manage the railways system.
Yes.
We also have the department concerned with that. I think we have the department concerned with that. We are also using the computer system to run our trains, but it is not yet efficient because there are some places where we lose the internet connection. Yes.
Another difference from this train and my country train is the air condition.
Air condition?
Yes, we have air condition. We have a very good restaurant.
You have a very
good restaurant.
very good restaurants in the train.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, I want to know, what if a person boards a train in Iran without a ticket? What happens?
Just like here.
Yes.
We say train bus come to check the tickets. If anybody won't have tickets, they should give more money than tickets. I think it's three more tickets. Yeah.
You pay for 3 more tickets.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for sharing that with us. You know, the local people are always complaining why you charge us double fee. So it is operating in all countries. So when are you planning to leave Tanzania?
I want to visit Dar es Salaam and Zanzibar. After Zanzibar, I will go to Arusha. I think this is 10 days. After 10 days, I'm from Arusha going to Nairobi, Kenya again. I have a tour.
Okay. Thank you for sharing your time with us. Thank you for having me on my vlog channel. What else can you share with us? It was nice having you. Like, could you share us your history, your education, everything you really need the world to know about you as a traveler? What have been your challenges in your way while you're traveling? All that way traveling in African countries, what has been the challenge?
The challenge?
Yes, as
Time.
you're traveling African countries. African countries do waste a lot of time.
Yes. Time is not important in Africa.
Time is not an important tool in Africa.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for advising us. Anything you want to share with us?
I think all of the people, all of the world should came to Africa and visit Africa.
But in Tanzania, you've not researched much about Tanzania. You've only been at Mwanza.
Yes, Lake Victoria in Mwanza is so beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
And you can take a boat for ferry.
Yes.
And you can see many things.
So you dropped in Mwanza from Burundi?
Yes.
Okay, that's very good.
So beautiful.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So I think I would have visited you after visiting Zanzibar. Zanzibar is more superb compared to other spots of tourism.
I heard about it.
You heard about it?
Yeah.
You're going to have all type of beaches that you've ever seen in the world.
Yeah.
You have the white sand beach, you have all the type of beaches that you ever thought about in this world. They are found in Zanzibar.
Yeah.
So what makes you happy while you're traveling around the world, apart from the issue of time? What makes you happy? Time has always been a challenge in Africa. What has been your happiest point in traveling in Africa?
Talking with people like you and my friends here, another friends here, talking with people and talk about the cultures. It's so interesting for me. Yeah.
What was the funniest thing you experienced in Africa? Like, what's this happening right now?
In East Africa, I think the country is not same. Like Uganda, it's different from Burundi, and Burundi is different from Tanzania. It's a good experience.
What is the biggest difference you've observed in these 3 countries? Rwanda, Burundi, and Uganda, and Tanzania?
The biggest difference, I think, is the culture. The culture is different. Like Uganda, it's different from Burundi, and Burundi is different from Tanzania. It's a good experience. What is the biggest difference you've observed in these 3 countries, Rwanda, Burundi, and Uganda, and Tanzania?
what is the one biggest difference you've noticed?
From Uganda and Tanzania,
Yes.
the people. In Uganda,
Yes.
if
Sorry.
anybody see the white man like me, everybody say Muzungu, 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 and everybody wants money.
In Uganda.
Yes.
In Burundi?
In Burundi is no. The people of Burundi is so kind. They want help you. And
Then drop here to Tanzania
Tanzania is better than Uganda, of course.
and Burundi.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what.
there's no difference from Burundi and Tanzania, I think, but Uganda,
Is the worst you've seen right now.
yeah.
So when are you going back at home in Iran? Perhaps share with us. When are you going back home?
So, 50 days later,
50 days later.
yeah.
You have a YouTube channel?
No, I don't have it.
Where do you share the footage that you cover up to show the tourists that you work with?
I have Instagram.
You have Instagram.
Yeah,
Please, could you share this interview on your Instagram?
yeah.
Please, I'm really kind if you do that to me. I'm looking for the audience, only the English audience. Do people in Iran speak English?
Oh, not many people. I think maybe 10% of Iranian people can speak English.
10% of the Iranian
Yeah,
people can speak English.
yeah.
But English is taught in Iranian schools and other universities.
Yeah.
So the educated people do understand English in Iran.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing that with us. So talk to the people of Iran in your language and they will just interpret that on the comment section. I also don't know what you're going to talk about.
اوکی. سلام عزیزای دلم، من الان تانزانیا هستم توی قطار. اینا نمیدونن من چی میگم ولی 36 ساعته که توی این قطارم. پدرم در اومده مسیر 1200 کیلومتری رو، ولی بازم آفریقا رو دوست دارم. تجربه خیلی خوبیه، لذت میبرم از سفر کردن.
Thank you very much for having us. You're most welcome in Tanzania. We welcome you all. We love tourists. Have you watched the movie that our president released? It's called The Loyal Tour. I'm going to share you the link if you have not seen that movie. It really goes deep in what is happening in our country as far as tourism is concerned. Have you watched that movie?
No.
I'm going to share you the link if you want to see that movie. It is called The Loyal Tour. Our president tried to show everything we have in our country and it can be helpful for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Mr.